What's up, everyone? I got distracted there. I started the music and then started doing things and then sort of forgot that the stream was happening. So luckily I remembered. Here I am, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Cubecast, episode 52. Coming to you straight out of Littleton, New Zealand. I hope you're all well. Welcome along UCube, AA Cubing, Oxford Huang, Doofist. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I was just having a look at what's on the roster today. We've got a big accent head-to-head, a big accent derby coming up today. We've got even more Scottish Mike versus American Mike in the MSL, the Mike Speedcubing League. So that's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's going to be a living hell for me personally. So, and it's a hell of my own creation, which is, I think, the most devastating thing. Good evening, James. Welcome along. Doofus, no, it's more than a year, but it is 52 weeks. It is a full year's worth of Cubecast. But we've done like 6 terms now, so like 18 months away or something like that. Mango missed out on finals. Who knocked you out in PSL? Michael Chai is here as well, talking about PSL. Not at work, but still at work. Sir, are you skiving? Chang, need toxic Mike. Oh, yeah, no. Well, we've got Zesty Mike. Zesty Mike was about as close to toxic Mike as we got. Where did he go? Did he get knocked out? I guess he did, eh? Is he in the losers bracket? Let's see. No, Zesty Mike's still there. Zesty Mike is going to go up against Timmy Mike in the losers bracket in a couple of weeks. Next week we'll have Sarcastic Me versus Blind Me. Sarcastic Me is a bit of a fan favorite. Nobody gives a single crap about Blind Me. Michael Chai, been working on PSL since I flew back yesterday. It's non-stop. Well, we appreciate your work, Mr. Chai. Man, that was a good that was a good one. That was a goodie out of Vegas. That was like obviously my boy Dylan didn't make it, so that was a bad result in terms of a fan, you know what I mean? But good on Kyle. Kyle was kind of popping off. Like, it was the perfect storm in my opinion. Kyle was popping off. Dylan got in his own head and couldn't get out as far as I could see. It was a bit of a journey, but it was fun. So we're going to have a look at that match today. What else are we going to look at today? I wanted to look at Michael Nielsen's 0.98 Pyramid single because it's an interesting reaction, because it might break our reaction system. So I wanted to, and we need to talk about that. I'm worried about Tornado V4 AI chargers. Mango, have you seen them? Have you seen the Tornado V4 AI chargers? I'm worried. I think we have an impending returns situation because they look so easy to break. And I'm worried. On behalf of all retailers, I'm worried. Jasper's OCR OH single. Jasper beat Feliks, everyone, for the Oceanic record one-handed single. We're going to take a look at that. Someone I meant to look at last week, which I didn't, was the Lazermonkey Worlds documentary about Timon and 5x5. Man, that's good. Our man Philip can edit. He can put a story together. God dang. It's very good. Cube for Speed had a look at the GAN 251 UI as well. So I think there's a possibility in his video to see how the app holds up to his just furious turning. So be interesting to take a look at that, see if it's going to hold up, you know what I mean? So that's what's coming up today. I think we'll probably start with PSL. Well, no, we're going to start with MSL. You know, we'll start in the hierarchy of relevance, importance of cube competitions. It goes MSL, then PSL. That's the order in which we do things around here. Okay, that's how it is. That's how it is Just interesting looking back there on Michael Chai's. I've been working on PSL since I flew back home yesterday. It's non-stop. I don't think I've ever once actually worked on MSL. I've just avoided it. It felt like work a couple of weeks back when I had to do all those matches to catch up. David. That felt like work. But it was all right. We got there. We got caught up, didn't we, everyone? So that we can bring you the top tier relevant content. StewCube has just dropped a really good video on 4Blind as well. It was a very good story. About, who's that about? That was about Stanley Chappell, wasn't it? That's a great video. Very, very good. StewCube does make good video, does our man StewCube. I think he's on like, is he on 50k subs or something now? Let's have a look. StewCube. That's juicing along okay. All right, that's not too bad. 52.5k subs. Good on ya. Good on ya. What is his most popular video? Yeah, it's the Cheaty Boy. 1.3 milli. 1.3 mil. Nearly a milli for that one as well. What was that one about? That was the... What happened again there? That was when two people got the same time or something, didn't they? Like we got... I can't even remember. Half a milli for Dylan. Half a milli for PSL. Dang. That's great. Yeah, what was this one again?
At a competition in the UK this last Sunday, absolute pandemonium broke out after one of the most improbable events ever seen in speedcubing's history.
I've forgotten about this one.
And luckily, two Rubik's Cube world champions, Feliks and Philip Weyer, were there to witness the very beginning of it. But at this point, they nor anyone there had any idea of what they were truly in for. In front of them,
isn't it? Did they not get the same time? Oh no, 391,369. They both got sub 4s on the same scramble, wasn't it? That was what happened. Something like that. Oh, and then some. Yeah, so it was a Keatoning as well. Yeah, 3.91. Then it was 3.69. Right?
First sub 4 in UK speedcubing's history on the exact same scramble. What can only be described as pure magic occurred.
Right. So it was the first time there'd ever been a UK sub 4. Good freeze frame for Stu. He's going to be stoked with that. Graham Siggins missed multi-blind WR by 1 move. Mango. Yeah, I did see that as well. That's tough. When I say I saw it, I saw the title. I haven't watched the video of that one yet, actually. Gosh. Right, I'm not quite switched on this morning, everyone. I'm not quite here yet. But I'm going to be here. It's okay. You know what's going to help me get here is delicious G Fuel. A new flavor arrived the other day, and it's genuinely really good. So I got the let me tell you a bit about G Fuel, everyone. It's kind of an ad. It is an ad. This stream's brought to you by G Fuel. What am I talking about? Of course it's an ad. It's always an ad. Thank you very much to G Fuel for sponsoring the show. Use code Mike32314 at gfuel.com to save 20%, and it gives me a little bit of money as well. We all have a good time. But so they sent me a bunch of stuff to begin with. I have actually filmed a video. I haven't cut it yet. It's just a short. But they sent me a whole bunch of the hydration stuff, which is great. And because I'm really bad at drinking just water. I hate drinking water. I refuse to drink water, basically. Just like I refuse to learn anything about cubing. About solving the 3x3. I refuse to improve. Although we'll talk about that in a bit as well. They sent me a bunch of hydration stuff, which has been really good. It's been really helping me out. And they sent me the energy stuff as well, the caffeinated stuff. So the way I've been drinking it is in one of the wee shakers here. I'll put just half a scoop of the caffeinated stuff. One, because I cannot deal with American grade sweetness. Like, Americans like stuff sweet to a point that actually kind of hurts my face. It's wild. So I've been half scooping. And also as well, there's a lot of caffeine in one proper scoop of one of these. And it's like, I had one in the evening when they first arrived after work. And it was a mistake because I was up till about midnight just like, woo, let's go. So I go half scoop. And it makes your tub last twice as long as well. You know? Thrifty little Scottish man here is going to help you out. So they sent me pink drip originally was the first flavor they got me. And I was like, it was nice. It was like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's not rocking my world, but it's just like, it's not bad. I like it. It's good. I'll drink that. Great times. but I just got the what's it called? The hype sauce. I think it's called a hype juice or hype sauce, which is like a raspberry lemonade, and it's genuinely very good. Like, it's actually really good. I've been kind of drinking it nonstop, but I've got to be careful because it is the caffeinated one. So I've got to be chill with that. So that's why I'm sleepy, because I've only had one coffee this morning, and then I'm gonna have half scoop G Fuel is gonna see me the rest of the way on a gentle caffeinated curve. That's what I'm after. John Baxter rolling the dice with the memberships. Thank you so much. Nice Yo received one. Good on you, Nice Yo. So yeah, raspberry lemonade is a goodie at gfuel.com. Oh, it's genuinely very, very good. That is what we're after. Okay, that was a good story, wasn't it, everyone? Why did I tell you that? Because I'm sleepy. Oh, what else has been going on? It was little Charlie's birthday yesterday. John Baxter just mic dropping his way out. It was little Charlie's birthday yesterday. He got some big swag. He was pretty happy. And then he had some mates around after school, and I Uber Eats for the first time in my life. I got Uber Eats. I got he just wanted, all he wants on his birthday is KFC, and it has to be a bucket. He has to have a bucket of KFC on his birthday. That is how he has decided birthdays have to go. James Malby dropping one as well. Good on you, Puma. So yeah, Charlie had his mates around and his big bucket of chicken. And while him and his mates were eating chicken and playing I don't know what on Roblox, I finished San Andreas. I finished Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Never completed that game before, so feeling pretty good about that. Good on you for dropping the memberships, team. Appreciate that. So now I'm at a crossroads. John Baxter, I don't know if you're still in the chat, John. I completed San Andreas at 71%. And I've got GTA 4 sitting there. I'm basically playing through all the modern GTAs before GTA 6 comes out. GTA 4 is sitting there. I finished San Andreas at 71%, which is a pretty good run for a casual run through. 38 hours, 71%. And now I'm like, part of me wants to go for the 100, but I've never 100%ed a GTA. And I don't want to start with San Andreas. Like, that's a big one. I think I need to move on. I think maybe I should take a break from GTA. Just finish painting some Warhammer minis or something. Actually do something productive. That sounds awful, actually. I don't want to do anything productive. What a load of noise. I'll start GTA 4. I think. Thanks for helping me out with that decision making, everyone. You did great. You supported me real well. Okay, I think that's about all my cool stories. No, one more cool story was from a comment. Man, my videos have sucked this week, eh? It was a bit of a slow news week, to be fair. But then on this one here, the one where we looked at an F2L method, I got a comment on this one from James McDermott from here in New Zealand. I'm sorry, but having a fixed front color for 3x3 is psychotic. Excuse me. And I have absolutely no rebuttal to that. I think he's absolutely right. You've got to be able to use whatever works best and rotate freely. Now, I don't know where I got this information, because I replied, on reflection, I actually can't disagree, but I swear a video told me to do it. And I'm convinced a video told me to do that. I'm convinced a video told me that I needed to try and avoid rotations in F2L and just solve F2L with in one orientation. Learn to solve from whatever angle, but in one location or something like that. I can't remember whose video it would have been. But I swear, James, I swear I saw it on TV. Someone told me that it was a good idea. Someone told me it was a good idea to solve my 3x3 in one orientation and to not rotate in F2L. I don't have a source for that, but I swear that's what happened. Damn the yaps. Carolina suggesting it's the caffeine. Well, at the moment, it's a lack of caffeine. It's certainly not too much caffeine. Because usually I've had 2 coffees by now, but I've only had 1 to save space. To save space for G Fuel caffeine. Okay. I think it's time. I think it's time to do stuff. I think it's time to drop one of these, hey? I think it's time to get into the next match in Me 1 versus Me 2 speedcubing. The greatest and most exciting and most dramatic speedcube competition, bar none. Especially bar PSL. PSL's got nothing on this. PSL's very, very exciting, but not nearly as exciting than this. Not nearly as exciting as this. Jeez. Today, for your listening pleasure or pain, we've got Even More Scottish Mike versus American Mike. I think American Mike last time was from Boston. Redneck Mike, I feel might be a little bit racist, so I feel a bit bad doing that one. And I don't know any other American accents. The closest is Canadian, which fans of geography will know is actually not America. So yeah, we've got Even More Scottish Mike, the Chuchter from the northeast. Look at him. Look at this straight line of success. Even More Scottish Mike just hammering across here. An American Mike charging through as well. Another straight liner. 2 straight liners today. Does that mean anything? I don't know. But 2 straight liners powering through to see who's going to go up against that little rat bag, Gen Alpha Me, in round 4 in the semi-final of the Mike Speedcubing League. Me 1 versus Me 2 Speedcubing. It's all go here today, everyone. The competitors are making their way with no warm-up. They're going in cold this morning. 0 warm-up, bringing themselves over to the commentary booth here. Even More Scottish Mike. Let me know. Well, welcome along. Glad to have you back. Your 3rd match here now. Going up against American Mike. It was destined. It was meant to be. How are you feeling about the match coming up today? Dang it. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. I forgot I changed that for the stream, for the birthday stream. Hold on. What's it called? Stream Deck. I need to change this one to actions. It needs to change to the flipped scene. Full screen flipped, and there we go. That should be it. Well, if it like, oh, there he is. There's Even More Scottish Mike. Okay, cool. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. What was I doing? I was asking Even More Scottish Mike how he's going today. How are you? Well, fit likey for a rare day for a bit of cubing. Oh, very excited. Lots of energy in Even More Scottish Mike. Anything else to add there? Nope. Nothing. I'm so glad to hear that, actually. American Mike coming straight out of, where did I say? Long Island? Is he Long Island or New York? I don't know. Some kind of... He's coming from stereotype town in New York. Let us know what you're feeling today. What's your plan? What are you bringing? What kind of attitude are you bringing to the competition today? Hey, I'm Cuban here. I thought you were from America. You're Cuban? Hey, no, I'm Cuban here. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's your ridiculous accent. I couldn't catch up with that. Is what it is. Let's get straight into it, hey? I've already heard way too much from those two. Let's just get into some solves, everyone. Oh yeah, we need a sorry, thank you, Carolina. We need a vote, don't we? Start a poll. Who whim? Let me see. Even More Scottish Mike, or American Mike. I didn't capitalize Scottish there, or American. That felt unpatriotic and then just rude. Oh, and I spelt who and win wrong. Cool. That's pretty cool. Who and win spelt wrong. Even more Scottish Mike versus American Mike. People want even. Oh, no, it's pretty even. 6 votes in. It's 50-50. Mango going for USA, of course. Yep, we'll have to see that. Love a bit of patriotism in here. So even more Scottish Mike is going to absolutely cold set up this first solve. Just a reminder, even more Scottish Mike coming in with a current average of 5 of 22.5 and a mean of 3 of 23.64, which is very impressive. Let's see if we can find it. American Mike's right there as well, with the mean of 3, 22.06, and the average of 5, 22.49. So 2 very evenly matched competitors here at the MSL. Our scrambler's getting ready now. We have a 16-step checking system on our scrambles here. So, you know, no mistakes here, no misscrambles even possible here. I dare you to go back through all my videos and find one. And try and maybe like those videos while you're there and also watch the whole thing. Watch it on 0.5 speed and see if you can catch a misscramble. I bet you can. And subscribe while you're there. And do all that stuff too. Okay. Even more Scottish Mike. Not loving what he's seeing. Not hating what he's seeing. He's scramble ambivalent is how I would describe even more Scottish Mike right now. There he goes. There's that pair look. Is now the right time to change my technique though? Because I'm noticing that I'm moving the cube around a lot more. Or he is rather. On James McDermott's advice. So this is James's fault. Whatever this result is, 24.75 entirely on James McDermott there. He's the one to blame for that. I panicked and I started doing new stuff mid-solve. American Mike needs to come back against that. What are we looking at? 24. American Mike with a 24. Sorry, Scottish Mike with a 24.75. Let's see what American Mike can do with that. The cube with the scramblers right now. Double A cubing with the 11. I love to see it. Okay, American Mike in a fairly similar situation to Scottish Mike. It's not the worst scramble I've seen, but he's dealt with it quite well. Straight into pair number 1 for number 2. A nice setup there, actually. Did he mean to do that? It's unlikely, but it was quite an efficient setup. Regardless, we'll let him have it. There's a bar, an hourglass, and J-perm. Misrecognized though. Oh, and that's tough. 25.08 is not good enough. Even more Scottish Mike. A surprise first point on a 24, which is pretty tough. Okay, Clement, I'll come back to that. American Mike is going to set on solve number 2 here. I will say, Clement, of course, that's not something that we have to worry about here at the MSL, because we have our broadcast team able to bring you these amazing multi-angle shots of the solves as they happen. And like I've said, our 16-person flawless scrambling team, it's physically impossible for them to make an error. So, you know, we've got our systems locked down here at the MSL. We trust them. It's a good process. Oh, that's a mistake there. American Mike's F2L has looked pretty good. It was a slow solve to start with. There's another hourglass for some kind of G. A G for a 22. Okay, that's more like the pace we're expecting to see here with the mics. 22.95. Even more Scottish Mike. It needs to respond to get 2 ahead. So it's a big ask. Double A cubing. It's raining 11s. Okay. Scottish Mike can work with this. Oh, no, that's an error. Look, that's no. He's done his front pairs first there, James. How do we feel about that? Nauseous? Oh, look at that. He's got it. with the 21. Even more Scottish Mike against the odds, going 2 up. 2 up here already at the MSL. We'll love to see that. So American Mike now has his work cut out. The American fans in the audience are absolutely losing their mind. Jaden so upset he can't even type. That's how I know Jaden's upset, because he's not even chatting. Very overcast day here in Littleton, New Zealand, which I know Scottish Mike favours, being from the coldest, most miserable place on earth. He is thriving in these conditions, which is a direct comparison to the 41 degrees Celsius in Vegas for PSL, which I think is in American, that's about 8 miles, something like that. Okay, here we go. Even more Scottish Mike setting the pace for the third solve, looking for that clean sweep. Always keen to get one over on the Yanks. That's just we don't know why we like to do that, but we just kind of do. All right, if we can get one, we'll take one. Oh, and there's a free pair for a handstand. And what the hell is that? Oh, it's a G. Another G. Which one? I don't know. 22.21. Very, very standard stuff. American Mike just needs to not choke, basically, and he should be all right. There's a chance here. There is a chance. Mango's waiting for the reverse sweep. Okay, well, it needs to happen now. If it's going to happen, it needs to happen now. American Mike taking his time in inspection. He thinks he sees something. He's committed to it. He's not even checked. Unbelievable bravery. And there's a free pair already landed. Can he capitalize on it? What the hell's that? There it is, the clean sweep. The reverse sweep is not an impossibility now. Incredible X-cross there. Completely unintentional X-cross by American Mike, which is something I think that might be the first time we've ever seen an X-cross in the MSL, because it certainly wasn't intentional. That's not how the Mikes do it. Okay, American Mike to set on solve number 4 here. Okay, that was fastest solve of the competition, so of the match there as well. Double A cubing finally getting that sub 10. Chameleon with a sub 10. Chameleon with a 7. Hello. Hello. Well, it'd be foolish to do anything apart from that. Okay, here we go. Here's American Mike setting. Oh. Whoopsie. Very nice work in the cross there. That was exactly how he'd planned it, which doesn't always happen. And there's a pair. There's a bar. There's a fish on its tail, and that is another freaking G perm. A D, I think, for a U2 21.5. Incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. Look at that average of 12 here from American Mike. 22.28. That could be... That's a very, very strong showing. 22.64, the current average of 5. And a 22.03 mean of 3. Wait, I forgot to reset the timer. No, that can't be like... Oh, yeah, okay, I'm with you. All right. American Mike with a 21.5. Even more Scottish Mike. Listen, Jaden called it. Jaden said he was here waiting for the reverse sweep, and it's looking very much like that right now. Unless R2D2 spotted. Unless even more Scottish Mike can pull out something below 21.5. He's in a bit of trouble here. 21.5 on the nose. Even more Scottish Mike needs to beat that. He hasn't done that today. His best today was a 21.6. A 21.5 is a big ask for any of the mics at any time, to be quite honest. So let's see what he can do with this. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there. Third pair's in. It wasn't bad. It's not been a bad F2L. There's a hook. Fish on the tail for a T-Perm. For the AUF, and it's a 1923! He's got it! He's absolutely got it! In the bag, and in incredible fashion, a sub 20 to wrap it up there. Even More Scottish Mike will progress. We have Jan Alpha versus Even More Scottish Mike in our round 4 winners bracket semi-final. So that sent American Mike into the losers bracket. He will go up against either Timmy Me or Zesty Me. And we have Sarcastic Me and Blind Me going to face off to see who will go against Regular Me as well. A big upset last week. Regular Me going into the losers bracket. Incredible scenes here at the MSL. Even More Scottish Mike progressing. What a match, everyone. What a match. Where did the poll end up? Even More Scottish Mike had the popular vote as well. And when we asked the question, who win? 53% for Even More Scottish Mike. And someone just matched it up at 50. Unbelievable! Just as I was pressing the button, someone just matched it up at 50-50. Alright, okay. Mango Cuber, Gen Alpha, and Even More Scottish Mike aren't going to understand each other at all. Well, here's a twist. What if Scottish Mike, what if Even More Scottish Mike is Gen Alpha? And you just can't tell. Because his accent's so cooked anyway. He could be Gen Alpha and Even More Scottish. What a terrifying thought. The Skibbity Chuchter. Woof. Terrifying, unsettling, alarming, distressing, frankly. Okay, so we've got American Mike coming in the losers bracket now. Not going to be happy with that. Listen, you put up a good fight. You came in. That 21.5 was a good challenge set. It was a very good challenge set to Even More Scottish Mike, but he couldn't get it, you know. Hey. I hadn't really thought through what I was going to say there. What do you think was missing from your match today? What do you think was missing? I need more coffee. I'm not convinced that's true, but it was a good excuse to say coffee. So we appreciate it. Appreciate the hustle. Thank you so much. We look forward to your next match in the losers bracket. Even More Scottish Me. You put up an incredible performance today. A mean of 3 of 21.03 I'm seeing right now. We're going to have to check the records for that. Hold on a second. Mean of 3. Nope, 19.4. Average of 5.21. No, he's not beating that. Single 16. No, he hasn't beaten any of that. Never mind. You haven't beaten anything. You haven't beaten anything on closer inspection, Scottish Mike. You did all right, though, to beat that 21.5. Well, it was a mighty quick solve. But we did it, Ken. We did it. You certainly did do it. Good Lord. I wish you'd been knocked out already. Mango Cuber, ask him if he knows what Skibbity is. Scottish, he's still, no, come back, put the headphones back on. Do you know, what a Skibbity is? Div I ken for a Skibbity is? Do you know what a Skibbity is? Div I ken for a Skibbity is? That's what I'm asking. If you can, do you know what a Skibbity is? Well, truth be told, I didn't know. That's a no translation. That's a big no. So confirming that Even More Scottish Mike is not Alpha. So yeah, there's a very good chance Gen Alpha Mike and Even More Scottish Mike will be essentially speaking different languages. Essentially, demonstrably speaking different languages. So there we go. That was the MSL, everyone. That was Even More Scottish Mike versus American Mike. Wonderful stuff. And you know how we do it. Once we finish the MSL, we get into some ads. Let's do ads. Let's do some ads. Hey, do you like buying cubes? Do you like supporting me and my shenanigans? Well, then you can do both of those things by using code Cubecast at Speedcube Shop and saving 5% on anything you want. As long as they sell it at Speedcube Shop, that is. Thank you also to Cubing Life Academy. You can use code Cubecast there to save 5% on any one of their excellent courses. You don't have to be as bad as me. You can be more gooder than me by getting a course, by going to Cubing Life Academy and learning from one of their incredible coaches. Also, I sell stuff too. Speedcube.co.nz, speedcube.nz. If you live in New Zealand or Australia, you should buy cubes from me and use code Cubecast there. I think you'd save 10% on. I think you save 10% on my store with code Cubecast. So you should go and get it. Go and get it. Speaking of cube sauce, you can buy that at speedcubing.org in the UK. You can buy it at Crafty Cube in Australia. Thank you so much to those guys. And you can use code Mike32314 at gfuel.com to save 20%. I recommend the Hype Sauce Raspberry Lemonade. That is good. That is real good, and I recommend it. Code Mike32314, gfuel.com. Earn 20% off. 20%! That's right, Mike. 20%. That's what I said. Those are the words I chose because those are the words I mean.
Say the line, Bart!
Use code Cubecast. Yeah! Or code Mike32314, depending on the situation. Clement asked a question. I'm going to go back and have a look at it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Clement, what is your opinion on the fact that people are literally getting scared to upload their solves because they are worried the WCA will penalize? For example, Ezra Shear. What did Ezra get pinged for? Give me some context. Or is Ezra saying that he doesn't want to upload stuff anymore? Because there's a couple of things going on in this question, Clement. So obviously this is in reference to the clock podium that got squiffed because of what is most likely a cube changing state, a puzzle changing its state in transit, and it's that in itself. That in itself, in transit, it's not in transit. It's when it's either put into the box or when it's put down on the table. Something got nudged. It's not the competitor's fault, in my opinion. I don't think the competitors should be penalized for it. I think that the WCA should be putting cameras on scrambles. So I've got my solution is like twofold, really. And it won't be implemented, and it shouldn't be implemented. Nobody should listen to me ever. There's plenty of other smarter people than me thinking about it. But I think if there was a camera constantly on solving stations, so that footage could be reviewed, and compared with the footage of when the scramble comes out of the cover, if there is a change between the point at which it goes in the cover and the point at which it comes out the cover, I don't think that should be penalized because that is not anyone's fault. Now, that's the context, and what we're talking about here is Ezra Shear is afraid of uploading things. He's scared he would get penalized. In his Pyro World Champion reconstructions, he blacked out the solves. Did he actually? Whoa. I mean, that's a bit extreme. But I can understand why he would do that, because he doesn't want it to be. He doesn't want the chance. He doesn't want, if there was a misscramble, he doesn't want that to be found out, because then he can have his results removed and have it not be his fault. And I can understand why. I can understand why he would do that. In the current situation, I can understand why he would do that. The reality of it is there's probably other footage of it exists because the event was broadcast. So is he got a video? Oh, for goodness sake, I'm fat-handed it today. Does he have a video on YouTube? Ezra Shear. Doobie-doobie-doop. So, is this the video we're talking about?
Everyone. So, unfortunately, I am not uploading the solves of my World Championship average because the WCA, they seem to be penalizing a lot of solves, like, retroactively now, and I'm a little scared. I've sent the videos of the solves to people, and they say I don't break any rules. There's no missed scrambles, no sliding or anything. But I'm just gonna play it safe, especially with the whole clock situation thing that happened with the people getting their clock world podiums taken away.
Is he saying clack intentionally? Because I endorse that. Okay, well, yeah, it's really, really tough. I totally understand why he wouldn't want to do that until he's looked at the scrambles. But then what? But that would be my question, Ezra, or my question, Clement. I suppose if Ezra reviews his solves and notices that there are missed scrambles, is he going to sit on that? Is he going to intentionally withhold that from the WCA? Because that's not chill. Like, we want to know if there were mistakes, but I don't know. Like, if we just think about, if I just think of natural justice, I suppose, or what I consider to be natural justice, competitors being penalized for missed scrambles, that fundamentally doesn't sit right with me. I don't like the fact that competitors get penalized for things that are so far out of their control. And I honestly, can anyone give me an example of another sport when someone can have a result taken away for something that's completely out of their control? Chang, they need the MSL 16-step check. That's what they need. Is there another sport where we have this, where a result can be completely changed by factors that are entirely out of a competitor's control? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Because I think, going back to my solution that I was talking about, a camera on the scrambles so that you can match the cube state into the cover with the cube state out of the cover. And then if there is a difference, if the scramble was put in the box correctly and the scramble came out of the box wrong, that is not the competitor's fault, and nor is it the scrambler's fault, and that should be allowed, in my opinion. Which, again, is worth nothing. Clement saying, for example, Micah Thies got a 1.6 for a Pyramix average, but it got DNS'd because one tip was off. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. That's I feel like the DNS is completely unfair because you're not even getting the chance to respond. Like, if they're going to, I feel like a fairer outcome of the clock World Championships things would have been potentially an extra at their next competition. Essentially, you let the result hang until they're able to do the extra at their next competition. Would that not be more? I feel like, and everyone's going to, I can hear you, I can sense you all being like, oh, but conditions could change. You could get better. You could do something else. All this kind of stuff. Yes, I don't disagree with that. But all that taken into consideration, is that more fair or less fair than just being DNS'd? Would be my question. AA cubing. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. WCA should let them redo the solve somewhere else after Worlds. Yeah, if it's that serious, let them do it again. Hit it again. Mango, I think all final rounds for major championships should have preliminary extras done. Preliminary extras? That's an interesting idea. I'm not sure if I back that. That's wild. Obviously not a perfect solution, but I think it's still better than just DNFing a solve. Actually, it's a DNS. Actually. Listen, it's an idea. I don't know. I don't know. I also kind of feel like I did see someone suggesting in the forum, because I've been kind of keeping up with the comments in the forum post on WCA forum. I've been keeping up with those comments, and a solution a comment I saw from somebody was just like, shouldn't this committee have the ability to override themselves or an outcome? Or should the board have overriding powers if an outcome that is technically by the book in terms of the regulations is, in the wider scheme of things, a bad outcome for the sport, and is an unsporting outcome, is an unfair outcome, is an egregious outcome? What's our mechanism? What's our procedure when the regulations lead us to an unfair outcome? Where's the override? Where's the checks and balances? You know what I mean? But good question. We haven't got a result. We haven't got any more information about this yet, as far as I can see. No official information, anyway, about whether this is being appealed or any of that stuff. Oh, Manu, the board had this ability in the past and led to another near collapse. Is that where now forgive me now, did they override something about one of Yiheng's solves? My memory's so bad, man. Is that the situation we got into last year where the board did override something and then yeah. Smelly brown stuff hit a fan. A really powerful fan. Clement, I think that for major instances like this, they let the cubing community decide, using a vote, excluding all WRC members, board members. Oh, you're opening yourself up. That would be, if I was on the WCA, I'd be like, nah. Nah. That's not going to work. Because just like in any community, and I've seen this argued in Cubecast Friends, I actually saw it argued, I think, pretty unreasonably in Cubecast Friends. Someone was making the case that the WRC should be taking feedback from Cubecast Friends because the forum's not representative of the entire community. And I was like, how can you say those words? And how can you say that? How can you say that? And at the same time make the case that Cubecast Friends is representative of the entire community. The fact of the matter is it's not. Nothing is. No community in speedcubing is representative of the entire community. It's just unmanageable. It's unrealistic. I hear what you're saying with peace and love, Clement. I do hear what you're suggesting, and it's like, yeah, maybe in an ideal world where everything's perfect and everyone responds to everything and we get a true 100% voter turnout, which, by the way, you don't. You will actually never get a true decision from that either. Like, you'll get a decision, but it won't be actually representative. I think what's leading you to that is a feeling that the community at large feels like this is unfair, and I don't disagree with that. I think I agree with that entirely. I feel like it's an unfair outcome. I think, as a whole, the Western community, the English-speaking community, feels like it's a really gross, unfair outcome. You're right in that respect, and we do, but we're not in charge. We don't run the WCA. I don't agree with how Joe Kukala was conducting himself in Cubecast Friends, just being like, you join then, you join then, you join the committee then, go on then, volunteer then, go and volunteer. It's like, well, that's not really helpful either. But we are not the WCA. We are members of the WCA. We're not decision makers. Manu, anyone who says there's a simple solution is wrong. There's much more complicated than anyone really knows. Yeah, I agree with that as well. This is a big one. This is a big challenge for the WCA. This is a really big challenge for them to reckon with. If the decision stands forever that Anthony lost first place, I will be disappointed, but I'll be like, okay, as long as the WCA reviews, like, takes it seriously and goes, right, this is a bad outcome for the sport. I want them to recognize that. So me personally, as a member of the WCA, I want them to recognize that this is a cooked outcome and it can't happen again. That's what I want as a member. I'm not going to tell them how to do their jobs. I'm not going to do that. Even though I mean I have my opinion, but I'm not going to make too much of a noise about it. I feel like there are solutions out there that would make this easier, but they are multi-layered solutions. They are changes in procedure. They're also changes in regulation. Was I going to make a point? I can't remember if I started on my way down a point there. Yeah, but essentially, if I would accept the new result, as long as, and I want to see them state it. I want to see the WCA admit that this is a bad outcome, and they don't want to see it happen again. Manu, my guess and my personal guess alone, I think this is already the case and a difficult decision was made knowing that nothing would be ideal. I think you're right. Actually, let's go back to the forum post because I think I might be talking out my butt here, but I think maybe Carter actually said something to that effect. Changes in the clock. Oh, I'm going to have to go all the way up to the... Oh, can I just... Zoop? Oh, that's clever, isn't it? Let's have a look at Carter's... Oh, you missed all that exciting action. I figured out how the little bar at the side works here. Look. Woo! Anyway, Carter said, let's have a look again. We would like to inform the community about some changes of results of the World Championship. Blah, 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 blah. We understand this is a strict outcome as missed scrambles are not the fault of the competitor. However, we must make decisions in line with the WCA regulations, which are written to remove any subjectivity when determining the legitimacy of high-level results. Yeah. Yeah. It's their job to make decisions in line with WCA regulations, even though they're stinky. And Carter's right. Carter's right there. I don't like that. I could have lived without the victim blaming at the end. But Carter, they are right in so much as their job, the committee, their job is to make decisions in line with the WCA regulations. And I think objectively, they have done that. They have made a decision in line with WCA regulations. Is that result stinky? I think 99% of the community would say, yeah, it is a stinky outcome. So I just hope that the WCA are going to look at it and go, this was not ideal. Why was it not ideal? How can we make it so that we don't have this again? You could argue that they could have had that decision already. The fact of the matter is they haven't. I just think they should review. I think they should really do some work here. Alex, I think we have to follow transport. I think we have to allow transportation misscrambles at this point. I agree. That's basically my suggestion for my idea for a solution. Cameras on the scramble tables so that we can have absolutely irrefutable evidence that the scrambles were put into the covers correctly, because we already have it on the other end when they come out of the cover. And then if the cube went into the cover in a correct state and it came out of the cover in a different state, that's a misscramble in transportation, and that's allowed. And obviously you can be, oh, what if a runner did something like half solved it? Well, then we would have evidence of that because we have a camera at either end. So in that case, the runner gets a ban. I'm all for it. I'm all for punishing people who must mess with the system. But anyway, that's my idea. It won't be implemented, I don't think. I don't think there's any chance it'll be implemented or even considered. Thank you so much, Clement, for the question. That was a good yap, wasn't it? We should probably carry on. Well, I want to look at PSL. Because it was pretty hectic.
Kyle.
PSL Vegas. Well, let's talk about the whole thing first. Like, it was in a crazy ass outdoor venue with a fire breathing mantis who you have to check out PSL's Instagram, because it spoke and it congratulated Kyle on his win. Let me see if I can. Was it in his story or was it a reel? I think it was a reel. Michael Chai saying it's cheap to implement scramble cameras. Yeah, I figured it would be. That's kind of why I thought about it. It's cheaper than putting a camera on every station. What am I looking for? Premier Speedcubing League. Was it a real? Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Okay. This is funny.
Hi, I'm the Mantis.
Hi.
I'd like to congratulate Carl Santucci on
Why is this Mantis in Las Vegas got a British accent? We don't have Manti in the UK. Do we? I don't think
the
so.
Premier Speedcubing League Championship. He won night against rival Dylan Miller.
Boo!
With a final time of 5.358. Great job, Kyle. We're all very impressed. Now duck and cover. And
Yo!
to all of the athletes who crushed it today. Congratulations to all of the athletes
So
who crushed
stupid.
it today in the Speed Cube competition. Better luck next time.
Oh, okay. Rapid fire. Let's go. That's so stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And I love it. Oh, Mango sent me a video as well on Discord, eh? Hold on a minute. From... What did you send me again? Oh, yeah, hold on a minute. I need to... Can I pop this out? Oh, I'll get copyright struck. But that's okay. I won't do that one on screen. It's I've had my last 2 streams like copyright pinged. But it's more Mantis shenanigans, and it's very, very funny. Now, the Mantis was so sassy. Yeah, I don't get the accent is crazy. Right, what were we doing? I got completely distracted. We're looking at the PSL. We're looking at this match. Okay, for context, what happened was, I want to give an honorable mention to the wee man, Sebastian Stone, who was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he's gone now. Sebastian Stone, who did he beat now? But he like performed way better than his seeding and knocked out. Who did he knock out? I can't remember. God dang it. But Sebastian Stone did very, very well. His second match, I really wanted him to win. Was that against Caleb? I forget. I wanted to see Sebastian get through. Honestly, I wanted to see him do really well. Obviously, he was going to come up against Kyle or Dylan at some point. In fact, did Kyle beat Sebastian? I can't remember. Chris Mills was commentating and is in the chat right now. What a game! What a match! But anyway, here's what happened. Okay. So Dylan, in the standard bracket, was beat by Kyle, and that set up a teacher versus student match. So Dylan versus Caleb Chan. So that was in itself quite dramatic. The match itself was pretty. I think it was a clean sweep for Dylan. And then Dylan won that, and it put him back against Kyle in the grand final. Which is what we're going to take a look at just now. Sebastian beat Caleb and Jeremy. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And got close to beating Caleb in the losers bracket again. Yeah. Almost. I also almost won another set against Kyle. Yeah. It was really good to watch, Sebastian. I enjoyed watching you. It was great. And then, so this is the kind of the very, very chopped, replay of the Dylan versus Kyle match, and this was dramatic. Like, it started off. Let's just go through it, okay? Let's just see what goes on. So Dylan starts. He sets.
Very quick turning here.
Sets a 5-4.
Let's watch back this solve.
Let's watch back this solve, Chris.
Grand finals. A little bit of a fumble at the end of F.
There was like a F prime F, I think, happened there. So Kyle responded to that 548
Grand finals. Big pauses
with a 6-7. That's not good enough, is it, everyone? So Dylan takes the first solve.
On yellow cross.
Dylan then with a 5-7.
Going into last layer, 576. Back-to-back 5-second solves.
Looking okay,
Dylan
looking
did
good.
Not stop turning in that song.
Don't know what he's trying to
But
say.
he 5, which isn't too bad.
So Kyle responds with the 5-4, and it's on. It's 1-all.
Anything can happen here. But
Kyle then
in a
sets
prime
and solve
position here to
3
take solve number 3. Bit of a
with the
pause
5 with
going into
Royce to
last layer,
5-9.
599. He does. It's up 2-1.
Final, so Dylan's got time to make a comeback.
Kyle at set point, looking to take the first one from
There
him,
we are.
and
So
he
that's the
does.
first set.
535. Kyle's up 1 set to none.
Looking real good.
Sets. Kyle in a great position here. How can he continue? He's solving on white cross. A little long through F12.
5-3
Still
and not
gets it down
happy.
with a 532.
He was not happy.
5-32. Dylan responds with the 5-6. 5-6, 5-7 was like Dylan was stuck. He really had trouble getting out of that
Not find the
5-6
same solution as
kind
Kyle
of zone.
there. It was still quite
And you can
tough
sort
there.
of see
5
Dylan,
6, a good
like,
time for Dylan, but
you
again,
can sort of see him start to get in his head at this point as well. I think he had a rough time against Kyle in the first match.
Here he goes on last layer right now. 575.
Sets the 5-7, beatable by
Is
Dylan.
that gonna be good enough to take this second set with 3 solves to 0 and put him 2?
Two unanswered solves right now from Kyle Santucci. Looking to keep up this pace through F2L. 468.
Dylan goes down 2 sets to
Dylan
nothing,
Miller is back in the race, looking like he's
and then
gonna
immediately
win
comes
the
back.
third set and put him name on the board.
I feel like there was some solves missing there.
68. What a solve from Dylan here. Incredible turning throughout.
Kyle's gonna have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here to beat
468's the solve to beat, and he can't do it with a 4-7, which puts it 2-all. This is when it was kicking off. This is when it was getting really dicey. And I was honestly just like yelling at the TV.
From becoming a PSL champion, just has to put down.
Well, yelling at my laptop at work, actually, just like, I wanted Dylan to bring this back so bad. We were looking for that reverse sweep.
What's that?
And he's going to do okay. So Kyle needs to beat a 7-2. And obviously does it. Duh.
He can with a 504. He takes solve number 1.
Wow, great solve from Kyle. Didn't even need to get a solve that fast, but he did it anyway, because why not? Giving him the confidence he needs.
So yeah,
to
Dylan
move
came
throughout
back
the rest
to
of the
2
set.
sets each.
Let's see if he can do it.
And then, unfortunately, came out with an 8, which was tough. I don't know. It was a tough day out there because of the heat, and they performed during sunset as well. There was everyone performed under the same conditions, essentially.
Here he goes.
So I don't really care about that, but I like what Chai's doing, experimenting with different venues and stuff. Lots of non-cubers came around. I was speaking to Michael Chai. Lots of non-cubers were there in real life watching. And we had a decent number of people on stream as well. It was peaking just over 200, which was cool. It's hard to get 200 concurrent viewers. Ask me how I know. So this is where I wanted it to happen. And it was looking okay. Dylan 5-5, but he just looked so funked. You know what I mean? He's just like, he just looked so, he looked so beat.
Diamonds, and these are diamonds of souls for Dylan.
5.5. And he gets it. And that's the game. That's the game. So what we would have needed, even if Dylan had won, it would have put them up for a second final. That was tough. That was so tough. That was so tough on Dylan. I really wanted him to get it, and I feel like there's a good grudge match plot building here now, because if you remember a wee while back, there was an online match that we tested out. I was part of the commentary team, just for the lols, back in the studio, as it were. We tested out a match, an online match, like a Monkey League style match, purely online, Dylan versus Kyle, and Kyle took that one. And then Kyle took the first match against Dylan, and then the second. So Dylan's 3 down against Kyle. So I feel like there's a subplot building here, a rivalry building here. You could argue that it's not a rivalry, but you could say that there's definitely a plot. There's definitely a plot brewing. But yeah, PSL Vegas. When's our next PSL match? What have we got next? Premier Speedcubing League. We had Vegas. We will have another one announced hopefully soon. Michael Chai's in the chat. Can you give us a leak? Can you give us a little leak? Give us some intel as to what's coming next? Because I feel like there's going to be a final one. Is my understanding, hey? I would be... Oh, Seattle, October the 12th, Cubing Leagues is saying. That's right. No, I did hear Seattle. That's where you're based, isn't it, Chai? Seattle in October. Okay. I will be waiting with bated breath to see who our competitors are going to be at that one. Is there anything on the YouTube channel? Premier Speedcubing Liagwe? Don't think there is, eh? In terms of like, No, it's all just This was a great grand final as well with the cage fighting in the background. Ethan versus Heidi. I was gunning for Heidi, honestly. That was tough. I wanted her to win. Okay. That was PSL, everyone. That was PSL Vegas. Honorable mention to Sebastian Stone. Commiserations to Dylan. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it happen. I really wanted to see it happen. So Dylan's now got a 3rd place and 2 second places in PSL. He's still looking for that yellow medal. He's still looking for that gold. Still looking for that gold. Alex Mass, still PSL's #1 hater in the chat. Let Michael Chai have his fun, Alex. Let him have his fun. That was PSL Vegas. What do we want to have a look at next? I want to have a look at this Michael Nielsen sub-1 Pyraminx single. Real quick, okay? Because we need to talk about this in a reaction kind of sense. Because not fans. I shouldn't. That word is makes me sound like an egomaniac. Regular viewers will know that we like to review solve reactions around here, and we have very specific criteria for reviewing those reactions. Amplitude out of chair, volume, Timmy energy, Timmy aura pull. Dang, what are the other ones? Disrespect. There's another one I forgot. I should probably write them down. But this is a very cool reaction, and it might break the system because it can't score that high on our current criteria. So Michael's been looking for this sub-1 forever, is my understanding. Is it 1 tip?
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's very sweet. It's very wholesome. What do we think? So there's no disrespect. There's no amplitude. There's literally no volume apart from whoever is filming. I'm assuming mom or a partner. I don't know. I shouldn't assume anything, actually. Should never do that. But there's more noise from the person filming. There's no Timmy pull. There's only one Timmy, and he's a older Timmy. Oh, there's a okay, we have another Timmy, actually. Let's just see. Can it pull either of these guys in? Okay, we're interested. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was good. This Timmy was pulled in. He knew what was about to go down. Look at that. Hold on a minute now. There's a great little face here. This might become an emoticon. This might become an emote, actually. This might become an emote. Hold on. I gotta screen grab that real quick. That might have to become an emote for members. That's pretty good. Okay, so there's actually quite a bit of Timmy pull here. This fella up the back here, he knows someone's about to go down. This guy here knows something's about to go down. This kid swooping in knows something's about to go down. He's like, I gotta get in on this video. I gotta get on Speedcube review. I gotta get on Cubecast reaction review. Oh, this is only 20 hours ago. Outstanding from this Timmy here. You get 10 out of 10. Aura in the background here. It's so bloody wholesome. Look at him. He's just like, yes, I freaking got it. Look at it. Look at those numbers. It's a 0. That might be another one, actually. We got some fresh. I think we might have some fresh emotes today. We might have some fresh emotes today, everyone. Because there's some really good stuff in this. But it can't... Oh, there's another one. Oh! So... We can't mark it using the traditional criteria because it scores very low. But it is very wholesome. I think what I'm thinking is I probably need to review my criteria before the end of the year because I want to do another what's it called? I want to do another tier list, another reaction tier list, but like only reactions from this year, I think is how we should do it this year. That's what I'm planning. So this is really nice. Really nice from Michael Nielsen. A very wholesome, very respectful reaction. And I feel like as a responsible adult in the space, we should be celebrating the wholesome reactions as well as the chaotic, disruptive, like, carnage reactions, you know? Both should be able to score well, I think, for different reasons. So we're going to work on that criteria over the next wee while, and we'll get our criteria sorted before the end of year reaction review tier list. But yeah, congratulations, Michael, on your on getting your 0. I'd love to see it. Oh, I haven't liked it. Very disrespectful. I've liked your video now. There you go. Right, let's jump into some admin. I want to see if I can get these emotes up right now because they're pretty good. And topical, you know? Oh, where am I going to find them, though? I need to go to my membership stuff. Here we go. Let's go members. No, that's just showing my members. Oh, I forgot to thank my members today. What a butthole. Membership. Badges and emoji. Here we go. Emoji. Oh, you can see this. You want to watch? So, that's the no flash. These will become irrelevant. Name. Special characters are not allowed. Okay, so flash. Name. That one's called Shh. I think James is getting the boot today, actually. And the mic might get the boot as well. Oh, can I add more? Oh, nice. I've got extras. I don't have to biff anyone. Great. Let's call this Timmy. And let's see if I can just upload this straight from the desktop, hey. Hehehe, that was easy. Add another one. Nielsen. Let's do Nielsen up there as well. Amazing. All right, you have new emotes to use, everyone. Oh, aspect ratio must be 1:1. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit that one. Dang it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Alright, fine. Fine. I have to upload this one to Canva. Where's my Finder window gone? Feel free to submit. Because we've got a lot of members now, I'm allowed more emotes, which is cool. So if you want to submit potential emotes, then that's something we can do. This one is so good. Oh, what? Behave, Canva. There we go. There we go. I want to apologize to and simultaneously thank whoever this person is. I need to know who this is. Timmy emote. Let's get this downloaded. There we go. That should be low enough quality. I'm just going to chuck that on the desktop. Bear with me, everyone. This will be totally worth it. This will all be worth it. Oh my gosh. It's so worth it. Timmy emote. Okay, there we go. All right. Save and publish. All right. Sweet. There you go. You have new emotes to play with, everyone. Or you should have, at least. Add emotes. They're not there. Maybe you need to Maybe I need to refresh or something. Refresh, everyone, and hopefully they'll be there. Can I hit refresh on that? They should be there, everyone. No. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Nice. There we go. We did it. We did it, everyone. How do I close that window now? I'll just turn off the emotes. All right, there you go. There's new emotes to play with, everyone. That was good, eh? Bit of live admin. We love that. Jaden's sent through a potential emote. It's a bad judge. It's Jaden judging and laughing at someone getting a DNF out of 7x7 PR. That's cold. That's cold. I wonder how much I'm allowed to have. That's exciting. Right. What else? We've done PSL Vegas. We've done Michael Nielsen. Oh, I want to talk about Tornado V4 stuff. You know why? Because Jaden, I'm talking to you, Jaden. I think we've got some returns in our future, which is a shame. Now, if I'm right, and regular viewers of the show will know I'm always right about everything. If I'm right, this is the first time Chihi this is the first time Chihi have made rechargeable cubes. They made the SES Smart Cube, which was their debut, and it had a battery, has a battery. The Tornado V4 AI is a rechargeable battery with a charging pod or a charging box with another battery in. That's what the Pioneer is. But this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. So, does anyone see? Oops. Does anyone see, or can anyone guess what I'm worried about right here with both of these? What's got old Unk panicking about this? Huh? What's got old Unk panicking about these boxes?
Each direction of the charging box corresponds to the color of one face of the Rubik's Cube.
Sure.
Place the device on the charging base with the white side up and the green side facing forward to avoid damaging the charging pins.
And there we are. And there we are. Those pins look so breakable. And I understand that Qi have done everything they can to tell you how to put the cube in the box. And I know they've done that. They've told everyone exactly how to do it. But I'm telling you, these are just going to get broken. Like, so bad. Because kids are kids, right? Let's be real, a lot of people buying these will be young kids. And they will be in a hurry. They will just be like, meh, 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 meh. I know how kids work. 2 of them live in my house. Chang, what will happen if you put it in wrong? Well, there won't be any spot for those rods to go, and those rods will get buckled and bent, and people will force cubes in there. I'm just putting it out there that I think this is a crappy design. This is really bad design. And that's an expensive puzzle. And it... Like, I just... How does the Moyu one work? Does the Moyu one have pins like that go all the way into the into the core? I can't imagine it does. Chang, smart cubes will end all these miscrambles. You're not wrong there, sir. You're not wrong there. But we're still a long way off. Even though we have lots of good smart cubes, we are still so far off people maining smart cubes in competition, and smart cubes being any part of a WCA competition. Coca, yes, you've got the Moyu, the V10 AI. It has 4 pins, and you can put it in. You can put that in any orientation, right? They need inductive charging like toothbrushes. Chang, you're not wrong. And like the GAN 251 UI. Like, whoa, gee, come on. Even if it was just 4 pins like the Moyu one, and you could put it in any direction. I'm just like, look, like nothing's happened yet. I haven't had returns yet, but I did see Mango already saying our sample has a bent charging rod. How is your experience with charging so far, Mango? Because we're at production. They're released. These are out. These are coming out. I've got them on pre-order. They're happening. AA cubing, Waylong V10 AI can charge in any direction. Perfect. This is a worry, and I think this is going to be an issue for retailers. Because it can only go in one direction, and those pins look so fragile. Like, it works, right? But these are long and thin, and they are just so breakable. I'm concerned. I'm concerned as to what this means for retailers. I love the charging box, though. I love the fact that this has a 10,000, some kind of 1,000 milliamp hour battery in it, so you can charge the box up, and like your headphone box, that can cruise around wherever, you know. But I'm worried. This guy in the chat's worried as well. He's like, what? He's like, huh? That's a worry. Huh? That's a worry. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, and I admit that. Like, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened except Speedcube Shots 1 is busted. Have the Cubicle done a review on this yet? Have the Cubicle done a review of it yet? Let's see. No. I don't see one. Have Speedcube Shop done a review yet, Jaden? Has anyone? Oh, I tell you who has. Speedcube Review has. And is he worried about the is he worried about it? Your thumbnails are popping at the moment. Who's been doing all these? They're great. This one's juicing. Of course. This one is also juicing. Jaden, are you responsible for these thumbnails? This one's great. Love to see that. Chang, honestly, circuit-wise, we just need 4 diodes and they can do 4 pins and it will direct current where it needs to go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They've over-engineered it and made it fragile. Alex, yeah, we did look at the Ezra video. We talked about that at length at the start of the show. Speedcube Review, I know, has taken a look at this. Shout out to Sean. I hope you're doing good. Here we go. Tornado V4 AI. Let me see if he looks at the charging stuff. I think he just dives in and does solves, which is cool. I back that. He takes a look at the app. I don't think he actually looks at it at the charging part or talks about it. Let's see.
We line up those colors there. This is a nice box. I like the way it looks. We have a phone stand.
I like the way it looks.
USB-C port. It even shows you, I don't know what these other things are down here, but it
like it works.
Those colors there.
It works, but I'm just a bit anxious that we're gonna have 100 returns every day. 100 returns a day, and then it will people will be mad. What I'm gonna do is I might actually write in my product descriptions, I'm not taking these back. If you goof the charger, that's on you, buddy. Are they selling them individually? That's a question. I haven't seen that from my supplier. Are we able to get replacement chargers? That is also a question. Mango, do you know if we're going to be able to get chargers as individual items? Because that would kind of that would ease my worries. A little bit. It's still not a great outcome for consumers. But it's something at least. It's something we can offer just in case things go wrong. Because that is a bespoke charger. There is no replacement for that. Is my concern. Mango is not sure about that. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's still up in the air just now. Maybe we'll get more information in the future. But for now, that is what it is. And you know what else it is? It's time for some ads. That's right. Use code Cubecast at Speedcube Shop to save 5% on all the cubes you want to buy right there. You can use code Cubecast at Cubing Life Academy too to save 5% off any of their amazing courses. Did you know that if you learn stuff about cubing, it actually makes you go better at cubing? This is breaking news to me. I didn't know I could learn stuff and get better at cubing. I sell stuff too at my store, speedcube.nz. If you're in New Zealand or Australia, you should go there and use code Cubecast for 10% off. 10%? What? You know what's big? What number is bigger than 10? It's 20, that's what. And you can use code Mike32314 at gfuel.com and save 20% off of anything you like over there. Chai, you're sponsored by G Fuel as well. What are you vibing on? Any flavors in particular? I got the hype sauce raspberry lemonade. I'm a huge fan. I got the pink drip as well. I'm not as much of a fan of that one, I'll be quite honest. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's not bad. But this is genuinely quite good. I'm so freaking hydrated. And like low level caffeinated as well. Chai, I'm a half scooper. Chai, I was talking about this earlier on. I'm a half scooper on the G Fuel Energy because it's actually quite caffeinated. And it's so freaking sweet if you have a full scoop. I cannot deal with American sweetness. It's a lot. It's an awful lot. Whoa, hold up. First of all, Michael Chai, yeah, I love G Fuel now. I wasn't a drinker before, but now I am. It's been helping to keep me hydrated, which is good. If I don't have something like this, then I just drink coffee and tea all day, and that's not good. It's not good for my little kidneys. PSL is currently developing Bluetooth, so I'm aware of the technical issues surrounding maining them. Ooh. Tell me more, Michael Chai. Is there potential smartcube PSL in the future? This is the first I'm hearing about it. I would love to see that. PSL is the place to muck around with that sort of stuff. PSL is the place. Could you do a smartcube competition on Cubeast? If people are synced up to a Cubeast rather than an app, rather than a manufacturer app, would that make it fairer with regards timekeeping, or is there still differences in pulse code noise that's being sent out of the cubes themselves? I don't know. These are probably questions that you're working on, Michael. Once you have more information, Michael, we should have a chat and do an interview, and I would love to hear more about what you're trying to do with that, because that's very cool. Chang, the PSSL, the Premier Smart Speedcubing League. So yeah, it's always been on the cards because PSL haven't written anything off in terms of technology. So okay, interesting and exciting. Interesting and exciting. That's what they say about Cubecast, you know? Literally nobody has said that. Jasper. Jasper is officially better than Feliks, everyone. That's not true, of course. We love our King Feliks. Jasper Murray has beaten the one-handed OCR single record. And I'm just realizing now that I don't actually know what it was. What did he beat? Let's get our information here, everyone. What was Faz's record here? If we go to records, and then we go to OH, and then we go to Oceania, and then we go... I want single. Wait. Hold on. What? What have I... Now... What have I done here? For goodness sake. I want... do I want results, or do I want records, or do I want rankings? Maybe I want rankings. Here we go. That's what I want. Rankings. Here we go. Rankings. OH single Oceania. There it is. That's what I was after. Jasper Murray with the 6.87 beating Feliks by 100th. I didn't know that. That Jasper. That's very disrespectful. We got the double. Yeah, we've got the average as well, don't we? Man, even Chris Mills is ahead of Feliks. Chris Mills is slow. He took 100th off Feliks. That's rude as well, Chris. So the disrespect we're showing to Feliks at the moment is incredible. So Jasper beat Feliks by 100th for the OH single, and we have a reconstruction here as well.
Record one-handed single with a 687. And in typical me fashion, there's no video, so I'm doing a recon.
That's a very interesting green on that.
So on the scramble, I remember
Might be the camera.
I kept on switching which first block I was going to do, and it was only towards the end that I actually kind of saw.
Now,
this really good
worth
stuff.
remembering that Jasper, of course, solves. Jasper, of course, does Rue, which is goofy and weird, and it's going to be a little bit hard for me to understand. But hopefully, he's going to take. Hopefully, Jasper's going to talk us through very slowly.
If you hold this fixed,
So
you do
that I
R
can
prime
keep up.
to pair this edge to the center, and then a UI prime to make a square, and then it's just 3 moves to solve DR plus the front pair. So I think I didn't plan much further than that, just because I only really settled on it at the last minute, though I had some idea of where the pieces would be for second block. And then here I also remember.
Okay, so where's this first block?
Because
Is this the block here? I can't tell, Jasper. I don't know what you're doing. Or is the block on the left there?
there's kind of a couple of ways you can.
I
do
think
it.
it's on the
I think I
left.
was maybe eyeing up doing M2 for this into just solving it 2 gen in the back, which is kind of inefficient. But
Yeah, I can see
anyways,
the
I
block on the
spotted
left.
that I
Okay.
could multi-slot, or I guess just do a good SP solution if we're being real. So I did that for my square, and then RY prime to set up those. Then insert that in the back, and then here
Lovely.
you can see this is F66 F prime. So these 2 edges will.
Chang hyping the Rue gang in the chat.
And then
Do
once
you
we
know
have
what's
this
going on,
one
Rue?
arrow,
Chang?
we know that. Well, I kind of did it before saying this, but this edge was going to be misoriented, and the corresponding edge is in the back. So it would either be a good arrow or it would be like over here, which is still pretty good. But in this case, it was here. So then we could just solve that in the normal way. And then the
Sure.
foresee was MU2, MU2, which I executed.
Dang.
Because I got really nervous and knew I was on track for sub 7. But I mean, I executed it just in time, and yeah, I'm super happy with the solve. I think it's about 5.5 TPS, so could be faster, but it's OCR, and that's kind of all I care about. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.
5.5 TPS. I guess it's like it's only got one hand, so it's about half as fast as a OH solve, I suppose, on average, really, isn't it? As a two-handed solve, I mean. Wow. Okay. There's not a ton of moves in there. There was a bit of a RU spammage at some point for like, I think it was the back
Kind of a couple
insert.
of ways you can do this. I think I was maybe eyeing up doing M2 for this into just solving it 2 gen in the back, which is kind of inefficient. But anyways, I spotted that.
It's remarkable how
let's just do a good SP solution if we're being real.
how people can
So
tell if edges are going to
I did
be
that for my
oriented
square,
or
and
not.
then RY prime to set up those, then insert that in the back. And then here you can see.
Now that kind of
This
blows
is
my mind a
F1
little bit.
prime.
In CFOP or Rue.
So these 2 edges will be flipped. And then once that happens, we'll have an arrow.
So yeah, there's
and
a bit of spamming going on
we know
there.
that
Okay. There's like almost like a triple sexy thing going on there. Chang, that EO step was short. I'll take your word for it. Well, you know what? Regardless, incredible stuff. Incredible stuff from Jasper. Getting one over on Feliks in just such disrespectful style. Holy hell, that's a 10-year standing OCR. Dang. Feliks has had that since 2015. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was by 100th. That's wild. Double A cubing, Druva Sai Maruva got 8.5 TPS, I think. That's the world record single, isn't it? Outstanding. Outstanding stuff. Love to see it. Good on you, Jasper. Good on you. Representing New Zealand, showing the Aussies how it's done. Oxford, Jasper got one of the best cases for EOLR. All right. Chang agrees. I'll take your word for it. Shall we take a look at Lazermonkey, the World's documentary, because it is outstanding. I'll have a look at it for a bit. I don't know if there's much I can add though. Is my worry. So it's juicing. It's had like 24k views. It's going great. We love to see it. Everyone likes to see Timon. Most of you will know the story already, but it's really cool to see this behind the scenes stuff from Philip and Timon here as well. So let's take a look, shall we?
What would a 5x5 World Championship mean for Timon?
It's my favorite event by like a lot. So I feel like last Worlds when I got first in 4x4 and 6x6, I was happy, but the fact that I got first in the two neighboring events to 5x5 and I got second in 5x5 was almost like an ironic twist on the whole thing. So
what Philip's done well already. This is an old interviewing thing from radio, but it's like, as an interviewer, the less you speak, the better. Because I think Timon's quite reserved. Hey, so to get the most out of him, you've really got to, and I think they are really good friends as well, which kind of helps. But to get the most out of him, you kind of got to let him speak, and just kind of sit and see what happens. You know,
it'd be nice to get like a bit of redemption for that.
Last World.
I love the hat. Apparently, that's an Australian Open. Ayo. Emblem.
Ironic twist on the whole thing. So it would be nice to get like a bit of redemption for that.
Last World.
So what was the redemption? Hold on a minute.
The fact that I got first in the two neighboring events to 5x5 and I got second in 5x5 was almost like an ironic twist on the whole thing.
Okay.
So it would be nice to get like a bit of redemption for that.
Last World Championship, it looked like you were gonna win.
Yeah.
And then Max clutched.
Yeah.
The last two
Max
calls.
do be clutching.
You still thinking about that?
Oh yeah.
See, that was great from Philip. He just let the silence hang. And just a little prompt. Just a little prompt. He could tell Timon's sitting there just like, yeah, I've got the answer. And he just gave him a little nudge in the right direction.
The last month, probably every day. I mean, this time he won't even need to clutch it. He just, goes in, gets like 430 frees, and then it's done.
So why have you won the first two rounds?
I don't know. Gotta ask Max.
That's a great answer. And he did it again there. He just let the silence hang. Dunno. Let it hang and let Timon fill the silence. And they'll always say something. That's always when the bangers come out. It's so freaking good. Like I had no idea. I had no idea Philip was as good a storyteller as this. Obviously, narratives and stories have come out through Monkey League and things like that. But in terms of just an incredible storytelling video, I was genuinely blown away by this. He must study film or something, or maybe he just watches a lot of documentaries, because the music's incredible. The storytelling, like the way that the words and things are cut, is incredible as well. It's just really beautifully done.
There's so many people were like, congrats on 5x5. I've already won. And then they're like, two that said, congrats on Nations Cup. I was like, yes!
Nations Cup was peak. We're warming up.
It might be over.
38's not going to do it, sir.
It's a disaster.
39's not going to do it.
Not going well.
This is a beautifully framed shot as well.
I was so stressed. It was like a pit in my stomach, just eating everything.
Warm-up's not going well.
I don't know what it is, but I'll feel like horrible beforehand. I'll feel like I'm going to throw up. And then I go up to compete, and suddenly it's just like, I'm just solving.
That's a great shot too. I just can't stop glazing this video. It's just it's outstanding. Actual speedcubing cinema. How did you get that shot? There he is. Oh, the music is so good as well. Bro, stop it.
solve one, I remember I was set ready, and I started to solve, and I started remembering all the work we did to film this video, and I was like, well, that's a lot of pressure.
That is tough. That's like that sort of like whatever you study, you change kind of. Who said that? I can't remember. That's a famous quote, isn't it? Whatever you can't study something without affecting it. What is that? Who's that attributed to? Whatever you study, you change. Quote. What is that? A misstatement of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which is famously used by a character, Dr. Ian Malcolm. That's from Jurassic Park. It's not from Jurassic Park. Dr. Ian Malcolm responds by saying that scientific observation is impossible as the observer always changes what is being observed. He incorrectly attributes this to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Oh, that sounds familiar, but he is actually referring to the observer effect. The observer effect is a phenomenon in various scientific fields where the act of measuring or observing a system inevitably affects the system itself. Got you. Okay. That's so funny. It makes sense that it's locked in my brain because I broke my VHS tape of Jurassic Park because I watched it so much it became unwatchable. That's what happened there. So yeah, that's in reference to Timon being like, oh god, we've done all this work on this video. You know what, realistically, Lazermonkey would have made it into another story. Philip would have made it into another story, or he would have just binned it, you know what I mean? 36 is okay, we can cope with that. Okay, Max. I love seeing Max solve, hey. 36, we consistent. We chopping seconds off the warm-up.
Eight seconds.
Bum 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 bum. Where'd you get this music? It's copyright on Cooks. 31! Far out! Because of course this was the it was world record as well, wasn't it? Max is still hella consistent though, like look at him locking in. 35.9 secures it again with the sound design. Just peak. And the reaction. We're gonna have so many.
When I do really well at a championship,
we're gonna have so many world championship reactions in the tier list at the end of the year. That was real, man.
I just feel like there's no way I can lose. Like I just know I won. And obviously I think that could go wrong sometimes, but it never has before. So I just celebrated like crazy, and then I saw Jason's reaction. And Mitch's, and I just knew that was it. So I didn't go
That's
to
so
Worlds
good.
2017 in Paris, and
genuine tearjerker. Genuinely, like I've watched this a couple of times. It's happening now. It's just like far out. The emotion is so real in how Timon reacts, and the stakes are so high in what the solve is and what it means to him, and Philip has done such an outstanding job in translating the emotion and the feeling. I was blown away. This is a great reaction too.
For that final result there. It ended up being Drew Braz winning with a 2-0.
We've reviewed this one before. He nearly takes Livia Kleiner's hand off.
Ever since then, my dream has been to break the world record average in a world championship final. And I knew that that's a dream that might never come true because it requires so much luck and like everything to go right at the right moment. That happens like once every 2 years. I wasn't even
this
thinking about
part
getting the
here.
world record. Like,
this part of the reaction
if
here.
I had the 31, I could get it, but I didn't know exactly what.
Oh no, it wasn't there. This part, this is just incredible. Just. That's too much, man.
But I think after the last solve, I just felt like I was in a dream, but it's like a better dream than I've ever had. I feel a lot of joy, but it feels like it's not real. Can't even describe what it feels like.
That ending. Just. That is one of the best cubing videos I have ever seen. I don't really have any words. It's one of the best videos I've ever seen in this space. And Philip absolutely knocked it out of the park. Amazing stuff. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. Philip, you have outdone yourself. Absolutely incredible. Right, I wanted to take a look finally, unless we have anything else to look at. I wanted to take a look at Cube for Speed 2's GAN UI vid, just because it's a really clean little view of the puzzle and everything like that. And I want to see if it can cope with his hectic turning. Listen, Cube for Speed's been problematic. Said some terrible stuff. 100%. His unboxing videos, I cannot help but find them entertaining. All right? They're so frantic. This is clearly goofing and gaffing. That's for your magnets, sir. There we go. Now that's a charger I can get behind. That is a charger that I can get behind. This is good stuff. This is the GAN 251 UI wireless charger. So you put one of the corners goes in there, then it charges wirelessly, like your toothbrush or like your phone. You know, because it's 2025. Oxford Huang, what did Q for Speeds do? He said some kind of racist stuff in a Discord. It was a few years back, and I think he has addressed it and apologized for it. There was probably an element of mistranslation in that, or misunderstanding. English is not his first language, so he'll just shoot some crazy turns at it. It's got the same kind of look and adjustment system as the GAN 16 has. I'm going to assume that's some cube sauce. It's not. So, double logo, not tournament legal. Of course. So it's a USB-C. We'll have to see that. That's the universal one. But you do have to put that corner with the little logo in there. Very informative video. It does not charge a non-smartcube Pyraminx. And it barely holds one. Although he managed.
Just look at the resemblance.
I don't know what this is.
This one, like...
It's like a dome of... Hold on a minute. I want to... Just in case this is something terrible. I hadn't thought of this, but I want to translate. See what that says. Translate. Camera. Oh, do I have an Apple app for this now, as well as Google Translate? No, I don't think that's Japanese. I want you to auto detect, please. I'm going to assume Chinese. It says safe and sound. Okay, that's wholesome. Safe and sound. Okay.
Like, white round got it like 6 years ago. It was white. Like it's not like this. Like
I don't know what it is
nowadays. Though. It's like this one thing I found it funny about this cube stand.
It's such a pleasing design. Like
that
it's as chargers go, it's really beautiful.
Stand, I guess. Which,
like, you know what I mean? Chang, you still there? It's functional, and it's pretty.
I guess it's wireless charging. Since
Chang, that's a pastry. He said he'd had it for 6 years.
There's no wires. There's like hose inside this GAN cube. Yeah, I actually need to like figure out how to charge this thing. Like wireless charging, like, is it even possible on the Rubik's Cube?
Yes, you're holding it. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I guess I would find out like myself after this cube runs out of battery.
So I want to see him doing some turns. Okay. That performance rate, it kept up. He's not the fastest 2x2 solver in the world. Let's see. See, it kept up with that, which is cool. Ooh, 0.5. Okay. Go off, King.
This cube has a magnet adjustment system.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see right here. And the adjustment systems in this cube is just like that of the GAN 16.
Yes, with the laser printed actual readable numbers, which I love. I really like that. See, it literally says on the cube here, wireless charging surface, which is supposed to tell you that this is the bit that you put in the charger to make it charge.
As you can see right here, there is some sort of like two white circular things right here with the black ink. As you can see on the GAN 16
actually, that's laser printed. That's laser etched, actually.
There it is.
It's so good, though. It's so good. I back that so much. Black on white. Great. Can be read.
Adjustment systems. And yeah. But the stock settings is pretty good. So I'm just going to stick with the stock settings.
Shreds out of the box, according to Q for Speed. Okay.
Right out of the box, this cube is very dry, so I need to add some sticky loops inside this cube to make this cube more controllable. And yeah, this cube is just way too airy out of the box. And now I'm just going to end the video, and I'm Q for Speed. Peace out.
Okay, so too airy out of the box. Needed some lube to calm it down. We love the wireless charging. I don't think I've got this on my store yet. What am I doing? What am I doing? Because I'm pretty sure it's out now for general release. That would be a good one to get. I've had the Moyu 2x2 come through. I do like this one. I do like this. I think this is good from GAN. I think the charger is particularly impressive. I think that's great. Really, really great. So I'd love to see that from GAN. I would like to have a play with one of these. You know what I need to do? I think I need to have a Cubeast stream. Or something. I'm working on a video. I'm working on a video at the moment. Some people are helping me out with it. About the Miss-Scramble stuff. Sort of a history of Miss-Scrambles. Which will... So hopefully, I'm really hopeful that I can put that together and it will actually be good. So it shouldn't be too complicated because I've got Alex is helping me out with a bit of scripting and finding out all the history and bits and bobs and just trying to put a timeline together to tell a history of Miss-Scrambles in championships and how they've been handled over the years. That's the next kind of project I'm working on, but I would like to get Cubeast up and running as well. I would like to play with Cubeast. So I'll do that at some point, and I feel like making a tutorial is a good idea, because I'm like, how? It sounds complicated. Maybe it's like, Cubeast is easier than you think, or something like that. But I don't know. I am going to go just now, though. It's 11:30. You've had a couple of hours out of me. Oh, you've had exactly 2 hours out of me. And 15 seconds, because I need to go back in the office. It's been a tough week, so I need to get back into the office and finish my hours. Because I've been on school pickup every single day this week so far, and again today. So I gotta go and do that. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out. Thank you so much to John and James who dropped some memberships. Really appreciate you. We've got, I think, 3 more episodes this season, and then we're going to have a break for a couple of weeks. I tell you what, actually, Alex, if you're still here, if you're watching, the break, that's when I'm going to film that video. So it's not going to be anytime soon, but I'm going to get that done as soon as possible because I think there's a good story to tell in there. Go on, oh, for goodness sake, if you haven't watched Lazermonkey's video, go and hit it. Go and hit like, because it's just genuinely, it's so good. Just watch it from start to finish without me yapping over it. It's the best. It's the best. All right, I'm going to go, everyone. Have a wonderful day, evening. Use code Mike32314 at gfuel.com for some delicious, tasty, refreshing beverages. We love the team over at G Fuel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for getting involved in cubing. We appreciate that. That's it, everyone. That's it. I'm going to go. Bye.